Hello, people. Welcome back to my channel. This is Asha Light Eagle, Whispers Healing with my ancestors, and I'm going to do, or actually, I'm going to show another past live reading with, slash with what is going on today and what you have with you. So let's just start. Hi there. Hi, how are you doing? Can you hear me? Not sure what happened there. So I'm going to do another past live reading to you guys. So this is a past live reading for Miss, I call her as LA, I think it was. Can you hear me, sweetheart?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm fine. It's good to hear from you. It's good that you didn't message me.
I know, like it was like really weird because I was like doing different things, and then I don't know, like something popped up in my phone, and then it was your advice on my phone, and I said, oh my gosh, and then like before that, I think so like 5 minutes ago, I was like looking a video from Tarot, like YouTube, and she said that like she started like she like somebody read her past lives, and it was like so weird because then like 5 minutes later, like you advise that you will do reading, and I say, oh my gosh, this is destiny, I need to do one.
Oh geez, okay. So let's do your past life reading. But you know what it means, right? I'm going to put cards for you and look how it looks, how what it was in your past life, what you went through, how you did live a little bit maybe. It depends on what the cards are going to show, okay? And then what I will do is I will, at the same time, I will put up cards for what is today, from when you were born and up till today, a little bit. And we'll compare the cards and also see what you're holding on to and what you have with you from your past life into this life, and what it is that you're working on, and maybe what you need to cut to let go of.
Yeah, that's correct. Because this is the thing that I'm looking right now. Like, what do in this life? What do I need to cut? What do I need to do better to be a better person? Like to.
Oh, yeah. That's so sweet. So I will pick past lives cards for you. I'm calling you LA. So LA, you're called as LA, Miss LA.
Okay, perfect. Sounds great.
I hope it's okay, Miss LA. So I'm going to shuffle the cards for you. I'm going to riffle shuffle them good this time so that you're not going to receive the same as the others sort of have. I want it to be something different, but they are not the most easiest things to riffle shuffle, actually. Wow. But that is because they are gilded and thicker cardstock, so my hands, I think I'll do one more than my hands are dead. The cardstock is so hard, and it's like thickish, and when you riffle shuffle them and they are gilded, they stick into your hands like knives. It's like, ooh. So let's see. Let's see what cards will come and talk to you. Oops, you have a flyer. Oh my God, where did it go?
Same as last time.
Wow, you know something? I don't know if you're into art today, sweetheart, or not. Or if you are into music, but you receive the card that talks about arts. So you were in past life working with arts or music, or maybe doing tricks in what do you call them? You know, where in a circus, for an example. I don't know if it was like that or not, but you know, it's just what comes to mind. It's crazy. The next thing that you the next thing that you're receiving talks about that you're a person that had a very strong belief in what you know were doing and how you were living your life, which was important for you to sort of think. So your belief was very strong. So I don't know if you know you were a religious person of some sort, but at the same way you liked entertainment, you loved art. And you know, art can be so many things. It can be dancing, it can be dancing, it can be singing, it can be painting, it can be, you know, sewing, or you know, something like that. But you were into all that, and that was important for you. But at the same time, your belief was very super strong, that you had. And so that's your past life cards. Let's see what cards you're going to receive today from the past life cards. And this will be fun because I'm going to redo the past lives later on, because I have booked my historical past life cards, and they're on its way. So I'm going to do the same reading, but later on in time for people who wants to. So let's see, today you're receiving this, and let's see what more will fall out for you. And you guys, this is only a past reading, past life reading for Miss LA and not anyone else. So, you know, no need for questions. Can you do me a reading? Because I'm not even going to read the comments. So let's see what the cards talk to you about today. Today you receive love life. So love and emotions is important for you. But at the same time you receive knighthood, which talks for me that you are in struggle in, you know, when it comes to feelings and what is going on. So it means that you have trouble with relations today. And even if you're trying to enjoy life, you know, for what is today, not what was, but what is today, you have trouble when it comes to emotions. And you're a very emotional human being. You take everything to your heart, as a person. And you're a person who truly cares for, you know, how you meet people, how people meet you, how people see you. And you know, you always try to find the time to have that understanding in between you and people around you. And it can be relationships, but it can be, you know, from people that you even don't know. But you're a person who cares for people, and because your heart is pure and good. And that sometimes it wouldn't surprise me if you get used sometimes because of your good intentions, you know. So it doesn't surprise me at all. It's interesting to see this. So yeah, let me put the cards down now, and where did I put the?
So then I have a question. So then, like before in my past life, I was like a dancer or
Yeah,
like
something. Yes, something like that. Yes, you were doing things with you were loving art. In your past life, you were loving art because you received, you know, the art card, and you were a person that were religious, as well. And religion was important for you to hold on to and to have that faith and belief, which you know, which you had. So yeah, I don't know how it is today for you, if you still like art or not, but in your past life, yes, you did love art.
Yeah, like right now, the current, yeah, I love dance. I love sing. I love all that stuff.
Oh wow. Well, I'm going to show you cards that you received, so that you can see them.
I have another question. So, like this past life, because I know that I have lots of past life. So, how long or when was this past life?
Well, I guess this is about the life that you had before. So this too is what you're receiving from past life. And one talks about art, and the other one talks about, religious, that you were religious. You believed, you had a very strong belief when it comes to God. So you were religious as well. And what you're receiving today is love. Okay, I'm showing the cards. I don't know if you're watching this in live, you don't know, but you receive love, but you receive also knighthood, which for me talks about that you're having issues, troubles when it comes to relationships today. And it can be from parents to, people that you have around, to friends sometimes and so on, because you're very emotional. And people, just because you are emotional, people, tend to love that and to even, it wouldn't surprise me if you're used emotionally sometimes.
You're correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
because this is what is today. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what is it that you need to sort of work with a little bit today. So I'm going to pick the same cards as I have picked everyone else. So I'm not going to do anything different for anyone. It should be fair and square. So let's see what card will come up from the. I'm going to pick a card from the crystal meditation circle, which is, I love this beautiful round deck because it talks deeply depending on how you read the cards. So let's see what force you have with you. Let's see what will come up, what will fly out for you. So this is what you receive. Okay, interesting. So what you're receiving today talks about unconditional love. Jesus, look at this. I mean, oh my God! And you received love for now. So you are a person who gives unconditional love and also wants to receive unconditional love, which is important. It's crazy. This goes along together. And this card is number 33, sweetheart. So this talks about that your life isn't the most easiest thing. You have gone through difficult time in your past, in your childhood, it tells me. And it tells me that just because of all the things that were difficult for you at the same time, that have made you to grow to, how your heart is today. And that's why you are as you are. Give things time, give people time, have that understanding, which is important. But this is amazing. This is, oh, wow. I am, I'm thrilled to see how the cards, go hand in hand with each other. It's beautiful to do this. Now let's take a Lakota card for you as well. Let's see what force is with you. So unconditional love, prayers, belief, loving art, music. That is something that you have with you from the past. And let's see. So this is what is falling out for you. And you are receiving. Wow, sweetheart. I mean, something, your cards amaze me. You're receiving, what you're receiving? Mother Earth. And Mother Earth, for me, talks about, connection, loving, having connection to the nature, to the animals, to people, to everything what is, alive on this earth. Giving, showing support, loving. So you have a very strong force with you. You're strong as a human being. It wouldn't surprise me if you're, some people will say that we have angels that are, walking on our earth. Maybe you're one of them, an earth angel. Wow. Because you have such a strong force, you have such a strong card that this amazes me, absolutely amazes me. I'm blown away a little bit, honestly, and I'm not joking, I'm very serious about that. Let's see what we are going to use for your reading when it comes to your past lives. I'm going to choose something different for you than what I've chosen for other people. I wasn't ready, I think that I had, for me, in my head, I thought I have done all readings because I have done 4, or I'm not sure if it's 4 readings like this. I'm not sure, but I think so. And I felt like I was done, and so then you messaged me like, "Hello, are we going to do my reading?" I was like, "Oh, I forgot." So if you would have messaged me, I wouldn't forget. I wouldn't even, it's crazy.
Yeah, sorry, because like that time, because I'm like different time change. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No, don't be sorry. Let's see. I'm trying to find the cards. I'm going to use the Witch's Tarot here for your past, but I'm trying to find it, and I have pouches here. And I need to find the right pouch. Or maybe, let's see if because this is what I was looking for the first. So, but let's take the Witch's Tarot. We're going to use them. They are oldie goldies. They are beautiful, and they are so correct in their reading. So, Miss LA, what I want you to do is I want you to think about your past a little bit, how your past life before this one was, okay? So put questions in your head. I'm going to have the same thoughts myself, same questions, and I'm going to shuffle your cards for you so that you can and let's bring your energy into all this. I love this shuffle like butter. I love cards when they work smoothly in your hands. I mean, like, when you hear like that, it's like, yes. So now it's done. So let's put the cards out for you. Let me move my other oldie goldies. And so when you were born, childhood, adulthood, parenting, getting older, and before your passing. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so let's walk with your cards. So now, LA, I'm going to talk. And the first thing that you're receiving from the past, before you were born, a lot of things were happening around your mother, especially your mother. And I don't know if they were hoping, this is now not about this life, okay, LA? This is about your past life that you have already lived and died, in. So this is past life. This is not today. So what was in your past life? Your mother had choices to make, and it wasn't easy for her to make the choices. And your mother were very strong as a human, as a lady, and she was not a person who would give in into anything, even if she had to put a lot of hard work into it. And you were very welcome. She cherished you. So she cherished you. She loved you. I see a lot of emotions towards you from her. But I'm also seeing that she was a type of person that would have responsibility for you, but also want to be among other people, which was important for her, to spend time with other people, enjoying her life, enjoying herself. But there is so much of love, from her to you. And this is a person that had a lot of choices to make and to walk with, but she was not a person who would give in. And she liked to be social. Your mom liked to be social in your past life. And I don't know, it looks like she had some sort of life. She was living a life that were social, but it was bringing in money. So she was either working on it could have been a restaurant, or a pub, or something like that. She had to work to have money. You didn't come from a rich family at that time. Your mom had to work and struggle, and that wasn't easy. And then she were meeting up with people, having communication, and so on. So your mom was liked and loved, and she was sort of having two sorts of seeing upon life as well, because she was drawn to a little bit of religious, being a religious, but I'm not getting that she was a church religious. It wouldn't surprise me if your mom had another belief than the usual. I mean, she could have been, for an example, have a way of seeing upon life when it comes to being a witch, being a pagan, or something else like that. But I'm not seeing your mom being typical religious. It doesn't show up like that. And according to the cards, when they were when they had their meetings, when she had her meetings, it would mostly be nighttime or late evening, when she would meet up with people, communicate, do their ceremonies, do their things, and so on. So that was important. This is what is coming up a little bit about your mother, and this is something that you were involved within as well, because you got to learn this a little bit. You get to see and practice and see how others did and what your mom did. And you're a person that was very curious. You wanted to learn. And so you were a person who would, observe the situation and see, how much you would learn. And you would try to practice and do the same. What happened when you were growing up is that you saw people having anger towards your family and your mother, and you felt in that town or at some place, I don't know if it was in that town or a special town, or if you were people who were moving around, maybe changing places, not sure. But it's like people had anger towards your family, and your family felt half and half in being there. And there were always trouble when it comes to the economical situation, to survive, to walk through. And then you were not the only child when it comes to your mom. you had it's like you had another at least two, you know, I don't know if it was a brother and a sister, or if it was a sister, or maybe a brother and a brother, but you got two more brothers with you to take care of, brothers and sisters, which was important. And that for you could have been a little bit difficult because you had to take responsibility, help out at your home, and you had your own dreams. You wanted to do, something else than, to sit and babysit your brothers and all that. You wanted to do other things in life which were not easy for you. And at that time, you were very emotional as well. So even the emotions, your good intentions and heart, you had that. You have it in your life, in your past life, but you did start to take responsibility early as a child. So it wouldn't surprise me if you were around like 5, 6, 7, and you started to see to your brothers, to your sisters. You started to help out in the household as a girl, to take care of what was going on at that time. And so yeah, so when you were growing up as a teenager, okay.
Sorry, I have a question. Sorry, I just because I missed that part. So my mom, it was kind of like a witch or something.
Yeah, something like that. She was into. Well, I'm not saying that she was completely witch, 100% witch, but she had a different, religion or way of belief than, the Christianity or, the usual stuff. She was into something, she had a different belief, okay? So she could have been a witch, she could have been a medicine woman as well, a healer. It doesn't just have to be about witch, but I just gave you an example. Can you understand?
Yes, totally. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So when you were growing up as a teenager in that lifetime, you were social. You tried to be social. You liked to have people around you, but at the same time, you felt like put away. It's like you felt like you were hidden away, at your home, and you wanted to, be social instead of, spending time at your home. And that is something that, even if you had good intentions and so on, but I feel that did build up anger within you just because of that. Because you wanted to provide, you wanted to do something more than, what you saw your mom or how your mom did live. Because I'm not seeing that you're having your father with you. I'm not seeing that your parents are together. I'm not seeing you having both of your parents, but I'm seeing that there were a male. I don't know if this is your father though that is coming up now, but there were a male that was trying to see to your needs, to see to and help you to progress, to get what you wanted to do, and also get put you in touch with people. And this always didn't work out in all the way that you wanted, but at least you got a foot into somewhere, and you had a very strong intuition at that time, which you were using which you're using when it comes to people. And at the same time, you're trying to find the balance, and have your strong will. And your strong will was very strong. And when you wanted something, you wouldn't just give up. You were trying to do whatever you wanted, even if life could be difficult. So let's move forward and see what happened when you get into a relationship, family. Let's see what is there. So when you grow up and become around maybe, let's say, 20 and upwards a little bit, you became a person that was emotional, that was a person who would give hand and help people, who would throw yourself out there without even thinking twice. even if that, even if you would fall and feel that you are finding yourself in a difficulty, you wouldn't hesitate to help if people needed your help or if family needed your help. You would be there for them. But for you, the knowledge was important. You wanted to learn. You wanted to know how to read. You wanted to learn how to write. You wanted to, enlighten yourself with more knowledge than what your roots were at that time. And you, as I mentioned, you had people around you who was trying to help you, and you were learning, and that was important for you. And you had someone around you. You had someone around you who was loving you, who was supporting you, and who you moved in with and started life with as well. And you gave so much out of yourself in that relation, but that person also gave a lot of him or herself as well towards you. So the feelings were mutual. Okay, so it was beautiful. You had a very good relationship with this person, and somehow, if I'm not wrong, it wouldn't surprise me if this person could have been a little bit elder than you. It wouldn't surprise me if that was so, but it's like this person was wealthy. This person had, had knowledge, had money, have, home. So it's like you received a new roof over your head together with this person and, had a life. I'm not seeing though children, but it doesn't mean that just because they are not coming up here, doesn't mean that you didn't have any. But you had a very good marriage. So it's good to see that, because not all do that. And when you move forward in life, when we go up to your, from 30s and upwards maybe, or 40s and upwards, I'm not sure, age-wise, it's a little bit, difficult. You did find yourself in arguments with people about things, and you might even had arguments with your partner as well. So life wasn't just, built up on roses. And again, you were making up your mind and your choice. And for you, what was important is to help people out. So sometimes there were times that you would sneak off, or you would go, well, it's wrong to say the word sneak off, but you would go to the hospital or to places where people were ill or had trouble or hurt. And you would go and you would help out to put bandages on and so on. You would help your community. That was important for you to do. And you love to do that. And you loved to learn and to watch and to see at the same time. And you had that strong belief. And you received a lot of confirmation. And people enjoyed your presence as well. But then you went through some sort of a change, because you received death here. So it means that you went through some sort of a change. Something occurred, something happened. So let's go into your, when you became older, I don't know age-wise. So let's see what's going on. So when you moved up, when it comes to age-wise, or if it's the same age phrase, I'm not sure now, but this is before, at least this should be before your passing. You were seeing people arguing, and now children is coming up. So you had 3 children in your past life. You had 3 children, and it wouldn't surprise me if 2 of them were boys and 1 of them were a girl, because that's the energy is what I'm getting. But they had a lot of arguments, sometimes in between. They had trouble to, have an understanding for one another, because they were so different in what they wanted. One of them was very emotional and wanted to, move forward in life, wanted to learn, and, wanted to grow and grow. The other child that is being showed here is someone who was quite stubborn, who made choices, and when they made up their mind, they would walk, and nothing could change them. And they had their plan, planned out. So your children at that time were quite different. And the next child, the third child, male that I'm getting is a person that had difficulties when it comes to, economical situations sometimes, but at the same time was a person who, would have struggled through life, but would have, worked with that. And even if there were trouble economical wise, this person would, fix it. Even if, it was climbing up on the hill and going through difficulties, that was, a stubborn person that wouldn't give up. So this last person is sort of a little bit like you, is carrying your style of life a little bit. And when it comes for yourself, I'm not seeing you, nothing here in this cards, in this pile, indicate that you had trouble when it comes to passing. But I think that you somehow had trouble. What is just coming up intuitively is that you had trouble with your breathing. You had trouble with maybe you had trouble with your lungs or so on, because it's like, yeah, that's the feeling that I'm getting. So this is your past life, okay?
Yes.
Yes. So now what we are going to do is we're going to put up the cards for now, for what is today a little bit, and compare, your past life into what is today and see what you're carrying with you. And
I just have a question. In my past life, like in this past life,
yeah,
or my mom had like any shamanic stuff or any like link with shamanic stuff or ancestors?
Yeah, it can be. Nothing is impossible. It could have been like that because your mom had a different belief system than the usual. So yeah, that could have been. She could, as I said, she could have been a shaman. She could have been a witch. She could have been, had a different belief instead of what the rest of other people sort of had. So, and I'm not sure if your family was was people that were moving a lot, because there were movement. Let me just get a sip of my coffee. It wouldn't surprise me if your mom did, if your mom was moving with your family or something like that. And this is, this makes me to think about, yeah, your mom could have been a shaman. I don't know. I'm not saying that she wasn't, but she had a different way of seeing and believing and helping people at the same time. But her work was, she was working very hard to maintain when it comes to life and all that. And now I'm going to use another Lenormand for you, and see what you're going to receive. See what your today is a little bit with what was. So let me riffle shuffle this. Have I done this before or not? I mean, riffle shuffle the cards. Oh, Tiro, your cards are great. I love them. Ah. I love Tiro Marchetti's stuff because I love the energy that he's putting into his art. That didn't want to walk. Okay, let's redo that. But what's funny is that he's not a reader, Tiro Marchetti is not a reader, but he still makes cards. It's like, wow, I feel like wow when it comes to that person. It amazes me, because how can a person make cards if they are not a reader? But yeah, they can. if they are, I guess, into arts and things like that. So let me put out your cards for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see what you have with you in the bag, in your bag today. Okay. So let's walk with today. What is today? So today you want to be successful when it comes to your work and when it comes to life itself. But at the same time, you're going through difficulties. Things that you want to happen takes a lot of time before they are, happening. So not easy. And at the same time, you're trying to be social, meet up with people, have, it's like working, meeting up with people, working, and also, maintaining. So for you to be social and communicating with people and so on, that's important. And you like to be social as well. So this, you have a little bit same here when it comes to the past. You don't like when people backstab you, but at the same time, if I am not going to see the snake as backstabbing and seeing the snake as more in a more spiritual way, you're going through a lot of change, and it's like your soul, your wisdom is growing, and it's like you're shedding skin. So you at the moment, okay, this is your around your birth and childhood. So you were going through a change, a transformation at that time. And let me just go back. So when it comes to your family, there were, your family had to struggle a little bit when it comes to money. Things that take time. It's like you were a dream when you came. I can see joy when it comes to that, when you were, born and all that. And I can see your mother having thoughts on how things would be. And your mother could see you as a different, she could see that you was going to be different from the rest, of maybe your brothers and sisters, if you have any. So she could see that you were special, that you had knowledge a little bit more, because you would show signs as a child that you knew more than other children as well. So for me, you from your childhood, you were into spirituality. You knew things, you felt things, and so on. And you like to be social, you like to be around people, you like to solve things as well. And what was important for you to go through is to let go and go through difficult obstacles. For you, that was a challenge. You didn't see that as difficulty, but for you it was like learning and walking and being stubborn, like stubbornness. You were stubbornness. You were very stubborn as a child, and you were not a person who would give in. And communication and using your wisdom was very important. And you had your old knowledge, wisdom with you from what you have learned from your mom, from your past life into this life. And this is something that you're drawn to, and it's like you have been drawn to that, towards that since child. And let's see, at your teenage, when you were a teenager a little bit, life around you did change, and you were very romantically involved. You were finding yourself in relationships, or maybe people wanting to have a relationship, start a relationship with you, and so on. So you're a person who is romantic when it comes to love. You take love in a very serious way. So when you fall in love, you completely fall in love. And for you to say goodbye, that is like, oh, it doesn't exist, the word goodbye. You don't know how to do that. It's difficult for you because of your emotions, because of how you are. And the trouble when it comes to you and relations is that you are drawn to people that is wrong for you, partners. So you need to sort of see to, when it comes to, if you still have this problem going on, you need to, maybe you need to learn how to cut cords so that you don't have to be drawn like a magnet towards wrong, relationships and so on. Give things time. You are trying to give things time without, rushing yourself. You're trying to work, as a teenager, you're trying to work and own your own money to make things. You wanted stability, which was important for you. And you were in a lot of thoughts in how to move forward when it comes to your own life, how to make changes, adjustments, and you had to make choices, a lot of choices while growing up. And I'm also saying that you're trying to help out around your family in this lifetime as well, taking responsibilities. But I'm not saying that they were forced upon you. But I see that you did take, your own steps to do so and to help out and to do this. So this was important for you because you could see how, for an example, your mom or parents could be tired and so on. So when you yourself grow up and started to think about your own life and marriage and things like that. I don't know if you're into typing, writing, but you're a person who likes to take notes, who likes to write things down. I don't know if you're writing journal or not, but also getting into knowledge, reading, and learning is what have been important for you. You have changed country, or maybe you're planning to do so as well, because this talks about change, moving, or traveling. So for me, this looks like you maybe have changed country or state because of work and because of what you are doing. So that have been a very big thought for you, and you have gone through life. Some of the things that you have gone through have been heavy for you as well. So it's not just positive. You did face difficulties at work. I don't know if there were someone who didn't treat you in the most best way, but you were treated in a negative way, and you felt like that was something that was repeating itself in a way. And then you settled down. You decided to find someone to settle down with, and build up your life, which is important, but also to take care of yourself, take care of your health, and take care of yourself as a human being, and to free yourself as well from what was and how you maintain life before. And I don't know if there is a wish for children, or if you have children, but there is child involved. But this can also talk about that. Maybe you should see to your inner child as well, and nurture yourself a little bit. Give yourself a little bit of time, because you give so much, so many other around you out of your time. So love and emotion is important for you. And if you haven't met your partner yet, you're going to meet someone very special. And you're going to find, that true love that you're, wanting to have, look for if you already haven't. Because, and this is someone that will sweep you off your feet, like, like in the movies. So it's nice in that way. But give things time. Don't rush yourself. Be observant. See how things is going to work out for you, okay? Try to see things in a clear way. And again, this relationship might be, you might meet someone in another country, or this person might be in another country, and you need to travel and to have that meeting. So the communication between you and this person will be in between either countries or states, but it's like, travel will be involved. And I can see you I can see you know, getting into a relationship, further into, you know, even a marriage or something like that, moving forward into all that, which will be in a positive way. And I can see that there is someone around your friends that will have objections towards your choice. And don't listen to that objections, because this is even if this is a very good close friend, old friend maybe even, this is a selfish person, who in this situation is not thinking for your best but thinking of themselves. So because maybe they themselves have feelings towards you, or will have feelings. I don't know if you have already gone through this or if you're going to go through this. That's only you know, who knows, who can answer that. So how this will end up for you is that this is going to teach you a lot of lessons, because of, you know, of how the friend is going to be towards you. But you're going to build up your own, you know, dream, your own things, which will be important for you. And again, traveling will be important, but also to make your dreams reality. And you're going to make some sort of change, adjustments. This can be towards work, and new doors, new ways is going to open up for you. But you have to like take a chance to make this work, to make, you know, things work out for you. And what is important for you to see is who is meeting you with a true face and who is false. So use your intuition in a very strong way. And the last thing is what will be, you know, before your passing. So before your passing, you're going to have your partner being around you, by your side. You're going to go through a lot of change. You're going to grow, and you're going to use your wisdom, and you're going to many times think about, why didn't I know this before? Why didn't I think about, you know, situations in a different way, and so on. It's like you're going to have those questions, and you're going to be more focused. You're going to cut away things that you don't need, especially people and things that have hurt you emotionally, which you're going to go through. Papers is going to be important to work out. And at the end, and at the end, I think that there might be some sort of, you know, your partner is going to feel like he have lost something that, you know, were the best thing that, you know, a partner could have in life. So, and which will be you. So for your partner, this will be a big loss, sort of. So you are, you know, you're going to leave a lot of footprint behind yourself around, you know, the people that you have around emotionally, because you're very emotional. You are a person who like to type and write, like to learn, like to sing and dance, like the art and so on. It wouldn't surprise me if you like more of the art things as well. But you're very emotional, and you're a person who is curious and who wants to learn. You're spiritual as well. It wouldn't surprise me if you, as you receive the snake there, it wouldn't surprise me if you are into healing, and if you are into, you know, spirituality, and you're asking about shamanism. It wouldn't surprise me if you're practicing that, or if you're stepping in on that path and wanting to learn and explore, because roots and things that you have with you from your past life is coming through, and it have been like this through your life, and it's going to be like this. So this is what your reading is. This is what you have from your past life with you, and this is I don't know if you can understand some of it.
I'm super surprised. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe The only question that I have is that, so you mentioned that like really I'm super surprised, like you don't know how.
No, I don't know.
So the only thing, so you mentioned that I need to like change, like I need to travel to meet somebody else. My only question is that do I'm gonna live in this place, in this country, or I'm gonna return where I'm living right now?
I don't, that is a difficult question for me to ask because I'm seeing you travel many times because the traveling for you was important in your earlier life. You were traveling with your parents, you were not in one place, and now you're repeating this from the past. So I don't know if you have traveled already, some, but it looks like you're going to travel. And in your card, it looks like you're going to move from one place to another. So if you already have moved, then you're going to maybe move later on again. But I'm not saying that it's now. I don't know when, but travel is going to be important for you in your life, through your life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, please tell us how you recognize all this. Let us know, because I'm curious too.
So, like, really, I'm super surprised. So, about my past life, so you mentioned that my mom was working in a restaurant, like to kind of like survive. So, in the present, my mom has a restaurant. It's totally that blow my mind that how it's possible that because like you said restaurant or like a pub like link in a food stuff. So right now my mom is like my mom work in a place like that right now. So it's something that like you didn't know, like how you know, right?
Yeah.
The other thing that it's so right now in my present, like last year I started with like my spiritual growing and I didn't know how it came to me. I was like from where I don't know. So now I know that my mom has like my mom believe in a different thing, right?
Yeah.
So now I know why I'm practicing this one because you mentioned that I wanna learn. I wanna get into this circle. So right now this is my present. Also that it is not my first time that you mentioned that I'm a stubborn person. Yeah, it's like really like because you read me last time in a live. And I totally remember. And right now, and I'm totally like that. I'm a person that if I have something in my mind, I don't like doesn't matter how I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it. I'm super stubborn. Like I'm never gonna give up. Like never. There is a way to get the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Other thing that you mentioned, about my like have two brothers like before. Other thing that like I take responsibility like in my past life that I took responsibilities for my like sister brothers.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
But you did do it in this lifetime as well.
Yeah, so then it linked because also, and as you mentioned, like in my present, you mentioned that my mom saw me like in a different way than my other sisters, and that's right. And this is totally right because like this is why I'm living in a different country right now. I don't live in my mom's my mom's where she lived. No, I live in different place. So I took my own way to keep growing, and it's totally true. And also that you mentioned something that oh my gosh, You mentioned that in my past life, you hadn't seen my dad, or my dad was absent in my past life.
Yeah.
So in my present, it's so weird that I have my dad. Like, thanks God, I have my dad, but he is not. He's absent in my life.
Yeah.
He don't talk with me. He's I have my dad, but he's absent in my life.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So it's super weird. And then like as you mentioned, like all the reading, I'm totally a loving person, emotional person. I really and you mentioned that I struggle with relationships, and and I think that this is something that, like you mentioned right now, that I need to cut course and see, like to see people, like to see what is best for me. And I have problems since my past life in the same situations.
Yeah.
So this is something that I need to cut. I need to let it go to keep growing.
Yep.
And like totally true about I'm a person who gives unconditional love. Like you mentioned that my past reading, like in my past life, I get unconditional love.
Yeah, but even now.
Yeah, and also like how do you know? Like you don't know me, right?
No.
And you keep mentioning that, oh, you are a loving person. Yeah, I'm a super loving person. I'm a super emotional person. And this is something that, and you mentioned, like people used to, because not used to, like
Used you. Yes.
Because the way I am, and it's totally true. I have caught many people because I'm tired of people to use me, because I'm tired now. I realize now, so I have my light about that, and I say no anymore. So now I think that I'm cutting course about this one, but it's totally true. Like, how do you know, right? Yeah, like fighting social. And other thing that you mentioned, I'm like sometimes I'm struggle like with my working, with my social life, with all that stuff. Yeah, totally. Also that I have strong intuition right now. Yeah, like the thing is that all of the reading, it's so accurate. It's like really I wrote everything, and you know what? The most stunning thing ever. It's about this travel that you mentioned. It's not the first time that you told me about that. And I know that, it is. So you read me last time and you told me, oh, you will do a travel. But I didn't know. I thought, oh, I might like do a travel whatever place, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now and before this reading, I know that I need to travel to meet somebody, and this is true. Like this is this is true. Like this is 100, like plus 100, 100, like true. I need to meet somebody in a different country. This is true. This is true, and I think that because this guy, it's my twin flame. I think so. It's something that this is why I asked you do you know if I'm gonna keep living in the place that I am right now, or I'm gonna live in the different country, where I'm going to return. But this is true. I need to meet somebody.
So it means that you are going to meet someone, and you're going to live in another country, I guess, but you're going to travel in between countries. Maybe you're going to go, travel, back to your origin and meet your, parents, your family, spend time with them, and then travel home. And that can be, like that as well. So, nothing is impossible, but it's interesting.
You mentioned relationships. So I understand that this relationship, I understand that it was like a love person, not my parents, but I don't know. Because you say, you mentioned, you will have a relationship, don't rush, observe, and be clear. You need to travel in a different country to meet somebody. and then you like your marriage will be positive in a positive way.
Yeah.
So then, and this is true, like because you said marriage, so then you are not speaking about my family. You are speaking about somebody like a couple, and this is true. I need to travel to meet like a guy. Yeah, this is true. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the last thing that, oh my gosh, I was like, oh my gosh, that you say that like when I need to like pass away, something that, oh my gosh, it's super cute is that you mentioned that my partner will feel that he has lost
Yeah.
something. Yeah, so like right now, like I don't know who, well, I might know who is this person, but I don't know. But yeah, this is, I'm super, yeah, the reading was super accurate. And I totally understand like why, which, like some of the things that I'm doing right now, like you say that that in my past life, and you start with that, like you said that I like art.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love art. Like I cannot live my life, my recent life, if I don't have music. I cannot live. I'm a sad person. Like my family loves sing. My family love like in my present. So I love all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And right now I'm changing I will change my career in art stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting. Wow.
Where I need like art, like it means that you need to have creative. So yeah, I'm gonna change my career where I need to be like creative, like things keep like, and also I'm planning to like long time ago where I was like maybe 14 or 13. I like before I took classes, dance classes. I took classes of flute classes, and right now
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna do. I wanna like my dream is to have classes of piano, and this is one thing that I'm gonna do.
Because the art.
Yeah, and also I don't know if it's included in the art, but yeah, I'm learning to read. Like yeah, I'm practicing, like growing my knowledge about like cards and intuition and spiritual stuff. And I love. I'm a person who love have knowledge. I like to read. I like to have the knowledge myself instead of somebody like, oh, like you know what? No. I like to know myself first. Yeah, like really thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, like because I cannot say anything because really everything linked into my present, everything.
Yeah. Well, it's good to hear. It's good to know anyways. I'm happy to hear that.
Really, yeah,
It's great.
yeah,
So,
it's
thank you for letting me do this, and thank you for the reminder, anyways. And I hope that you're going to enjoy your day or evening, whatever the time might be, and so on. And
no, like,
yeah, go ahead.
oh no, I'm okay. No, like thank you so much. Like really, thank you so much.
You're welcome, and I'll see you out there. I'll see you out on Facebook. And I have done a live feed of this, so you can listen to the live feed. I've tried to show, the cards as well so that you can see them. So, yeah, it's fun. So,
Yeah, and
yeah,
no, I'm okay. No, thank you.
you're welcome. So you take care, many blessings, and, walk in unconditional peace, love, and light.
Thank you so much, Aisha. Like, really, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Like, thank you, really.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye now. Thank you.
Oh, wow.